everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Driving with Randy. I am your host, Road Rage Randy. Thank you for coming back. What we got today is we have ourselves a 1 gallon container of water. We've been pounding gallons lately, not even going on just refilling the liter, just been smashing gallons straight from the start. So, what is this guy doing? This guy looks like he's about to do something no good, like he's about to go, what the fuck? He has boots on and is walking through the snow right now like he's looking for garbage. I don't know what he's doing, but he knows I see him, and he's kind of just standing there now. So we're going to let him be up to no good while I hit the road. I got work to do. Maybe that guy's doing work right now, but he's looking. So what they did was they piled all the snow. Is this guy actually turning, or is he a moron? Oh, he's actually turning. I thought he just had his blinker on being a moron. Anyways, what they do is they pile all the snow into one section of the parking lot. Man, he's still just wandering there. I'm stopped at the red light. I wonder what he's doing. He's looking for something. Well, they pile all the snow into one location, and it starts to melt, but there's some leftover. And he's walking through it right now. And there's a bunch of trash in there and whatnot, but he's not picking it up. He's just walking. So I don't know what he's got going on. We just pulled out of the grocery store. I'm not sure if I had mentioned that already. You know what we're eating. We got our Lara bars. Not a sponsor, by the way. I was telling a guy at work all about these things, and it kind of occurred to me. I was presenting them to him, and I'm like, they actually taste like shit. But they're delicious. I don't know, that was coming from, today it tastes absolutely great. I think it comes from a kind of a standpoint of Reese's taste amazing. This is no Reese's. It's not piled with sugar. It's not a whole bunch of chocolate. It's a natural thing, which is why they're so delicious, I think. Oh my God. My gallon of water is currently rolling around in the front. We might need to, that was kind of poor planning by me. I had my gallon of water on the ground, and I'm a crazy driver, I guess. Come on. We're making a right-hand turn, which means it's got to roll this way, right? Oh, nope. Okay, we're going uphill. It should roll, right? Come to Papa. Nope. Oh, my God. This is going to be sketchy. I honestly should pull over, but the lid's on, so it's not like it's leaking a gallon everywhere. Oh, is this truck going to let me merge in? Some trucks are just douchebags and don't let you merge in. This guy was cool. So we have a gallon of water. We got our Lara bar. Today is Monday. I won't say the date because then you'll realize how long it takes me to upload these things. But actually, I submitted my podcast to iTunes recently. So we're waiting to get approved and get that launched on iTunes so it's distributed so all you guys can hear it. I'm really thrilled about that. That's probably the main goal. It's one thing to record them, but to actually get it out there and have people listening to it, that's a whole new story. But I've been more inspired than ever as of late. Man, I'm thirsty. And that water is just chilling there. I might have to get off and hope the lights... You know what? I think that's the way to go. I think I got to get off right here. Hope the lights red. Get my yeah, dude. That's what we're doing. Alright, we're turning off. Oh, and this guy's going to tailgate me. Douche. So, can I go... I should be able to go straight out of one of these lanes. I don't know which lane. Looks like This one. Yeah, I'm going to say, I mean, it doesn't say I can't go straight. All right, we're at a red light. That's perfect. Let's go ahead, get my gallon. All right, we got the gallon here. We're going to put it on my, should buckle it in. But yeah, now we don't have to worry about that. That was probably a whole ruckus for the microphone, but that's all right. What was I speaking about now? I was speaking about, I've been more motivated than ever to get this podcast going. I wonder if this lane can go any direction besides turn. Because that's how you get into a crash. I don't know if I can do that. It looks like everyone's turning. Oh, shit. I think that's a turn only. I don't think anyone else is. All right, perfect. We're in. My God, that was something. As I was saying, I've been more motivated than ever to actually start recording these podcasts and get them going, because I've been listening to a whole bunch of people's podcasts and, man, just been inspired. And I know I talked last week a little bit about, confidence and being confident in yourself. And man, I think a big part of that is reflecting on the mistakes that you made when you're not confident. So let me give you an example. Today, just like 5 minutes ago, that's why this is what made me think of it. And that's why I'm presenting it to you on my podcast, because a big thing is self-reflection. You need to reflect on mistakes that you made so that you can learn from them and go get them next time. So what happened was I was at the checkout line, and now the girl who runs the self-checkouts, she's pretty good looking. I think she's pretty cute. I've never really talked to her more than, she'll say have a good night, and I'll just say thank you, appreciate it, you as well. What the fuck is this? Someone lost a whole cardboard structure in the middle of the frickin' highway. This is what I'm talking about, the litter, man. Pick up after yourselves. Get the chain gang out here. Let's get this place. Man, that's hazardous. Hopefully no one hits that and gets injured. Anyways, this girl, she's super cute. She runs the checkout lines, the self-checkout lines, and that's where I go just because it's convenient, it's nice and easy, and she just stands there if you need help. You guys know, you guys been to a self-checkout line, I assume. Well, she did something new with her hair, and I actually thought it looked pretty good. And I was thinking to myself, dang, I should tell her, you straightened your hair, it looks really good, kind of make note of it. Show her that, I kind of pay attention. But you know what? I'm a pussy, and I didn't say anything. And honestly, I think a big part of that was every other checkout line in that area had someone at it. So I'm like, oh shit, what if they overhear? So I'm going to self-reflect on that a little bit. I need to not give a shit if there's people there or if they're not there. That's a compliment. I should have complimented her. That would have made her day. I would have never seen any of those other idiots again that were checking out. So I think that was something I made a mistake on. But you know what? I also see her like 4 or 5 times a week because I stop at the freaking grocery store too much. I should just bulk buy everything, but it's kind of on my way to work, so it's really not an issue. But that's what I need to do. I'm going to self-reflect. And you know what? Next time I see her, I'll say, I really like that you straightened your hair. Bada boom. Learn from the mistake, and maybe an outcome will come of it. Probably not. People are at work. I don't really like to hit on people while they're at work, but I think you get the idea. A compliment is warranted. Could make her day. So we'll come by another day and we'll give that a try. Just gotta remember, self-reflect. Even if we think we're the most confident person in the world, a little self-reflection goes a long way. Look at yourself and learn from your mistakes. Man, we're just going to call it Motivational Monday, because, my God, it's Monday and I'm just spewing out the motivation. It is the beginning of the month here, so there might be a policeman up ahead. There is no policeman. I don't want him to see my microphone and be like, ooh, BNSF. I don't want him to see there's a car actually on the side, sighted off. I don't want to see, the cop being like, what's this guy doing with a microphone? I'm speaking, man. I'm speaking. I don't think hands-free talking is illegal in Minnesota. I could be wrong. But I don't know. Something I also like, this is all kind of off the cuff again. I mean, I didn't really have anything to talk about, but I'm motivated as ever to get some podcast episodes released, and just, you gotta do it. That's the thing, you gotta do it. Doesn't matter what you're talking about. It doesn't matter. I mean, of course it matters if it's good, but you have to just get out there and do it. Go do it. Like my live streaming, I started that up 2 days ago again. And why? Because I was bored, and I'm just like, you know what, let's chill for an hour on stream. So that's what I did, and I had some viewers in there. All you have to do is put yourself out there, and look at me just spewing on about this Motivational Monday. You got to put yourself out there, just go for it. Don't make excuses. That's the big thing. Oh, I don't have anything to talk about. Just talk. Talk. If people enjoy your content, they're going to be more than happy to tune in for, be it your live stream, your YouTube channel. There's going to be some kind of a viewer base out there for you, regardless if, regardless if you're happy with it. There's going to be someone who is going to want to listen. You can't tell me out of 1 billion people in the world that not a soul wants to hear from you. Now, let's just say you're like singing the ABCs for 25 minutes. Well, then, some people are still going to want to hear you. There's no excuse. Zero. None. Get out there and go do it. Now that we're off the whole Motivational Monday, we'll see if we end up getting on that motivational train here anytime soon again. But I want to kind of reflect on something that happened this weekend, and I thought it was kind of funny. I actually sent it to a coworker of mine. As you guys know, I like inline skating, rollerblading, if you will. Call it inline skating. I enjoy it. And what I came across this weekend, well, let me explain. The reason I shared it with a coworker is because I know he likes to inline skate as well, and we talk about it. So it's not like it's a whole, why the heck are you sharing this with me? He inline skates, I inline skate. Well, anyways, I was on YouTube just doing my normal thing, searching away videos, finding some nonsense to watch and entertain myself. Well, in my YouTube recommendations, a lot of you know that sometimes weird things appear in your recommendations, and when you look in the comments, a lot of other people will be like, why was this in my recommendations? And other people, I know, right? I never watched anything like this in my life. But let me point out to you, I understand why this was in my recommendations. And that's why I shared it with them. It's not inline related. Well, kind of. It's not inline, but it's kind of inline related. So what I came across was a documentary. I believe it was called Soap or Die. maybe Soap. I want to say it was called Soap or Die. It was by a guy named Ryan Jazamiah, something like that. I know, I need to really just take notes of this stuff. I did this when I was talking about a podcast too, about social engineering podcast and whatnot. I should get the actual names so that you guys can go look into it and search things up. I think I did that about the book with Megan Phelps Roper. I think I did the same exact thing. I kind of, it might be called this. I don't know. Go look for it yourself. I should actually get the name of these things. So I believe it was called Soap or Die. And I look at the comments. It was maybe 30 minute video documentary. And I look at the comments, and the top comment was, I don't know if this is serious or sad. I don't know if this is serious or to be taken satirically. And I'm just like, I'm 5-10 minutes in, and I'm just thinking the exact same thing. I don't know if this is a real thing or not. I don't know what's going on. Well, what this documentary was called, I already went over what it's called, you idiot. Tell them what it's about. Oh my God. Soap or Die. What was it about? It was about these things called soap shoes. And I have to ask some people at work today, because they were probably alive during the 90s when, according to the documentary, these things were big. Well, they're called soap shoes. And essentially what it is if you know what aggressive inline skating is, that would be an aggressive boot, and people go in it like street skateboarding, where you're hitting staircases, hitting handrails. Well, that's what aggressive inline skating is, essentially. And so what these soap shoes were, they were made by a company called Soap, and this was just documenting the guy's experience, Ryan, and pretty much what these soap shoes are is it's a shoe with kind of, I don't know if it's plastic or if it's a metal bottom, right where in, athletic shoes, how there's kind of that arch right in the middle there. So that place of the shoe was replaced with like metal or this plastic material. I assume it was some kind of a slippery plastic, and it was made so that you could grind rails. So this guy's running around the city, jumping onto these handrails, grinding them like you would inline skates. And I just thought the exact same thing. I'm like, is this serious? Like, is this somebody's hobby? More power to him if it is. I'm not hating. It's just the way the documentary came about is just like, it was so hard to believe it's going through his whole journey of soap shoeing and like getting sponsored, and how it's 2018 right now and he wants to kind of get the whole soap shoe era back into the swing of things. Do I see it happening? No. I mean, inline skating is almost dead as it is. People these days just aren't into the whole inline thing, which I don't understand. I love it. I think if you grow up playing hockey, you're going to love being out on the street with skates. Even without it, you can find love in it. You just have to find, there's so many types of skating, you need to find which kind's for you. And this Ryan guy found that soap shoeing is the way for him. Or soap, yeah, I think soap shoeing. I keep on saying soapbox, but soap shoe. He's soap shoeing, and I think it's really cool. If you have 20-30 minutes out of your day, I'd say go check out that documentary. It's got, I hate when people do that. So there's a left merger here, merging onto the highway. They cut across 3 lanes of traffic into the 4th so that they can get off in one location. That's sketchy. But as I was saying, if you have the time out of your day, I'd highly recommend going to check out that documentary. It's, we're going to get motivational here. It's one of those things where it's like, it's an obscure thing, but this guy rocks it, man. In the grocery store, you know how they have those like coolers, if you will, where it's kind of, typically cheese is put in the coolers. If it's not a refrigerator, it's kind of a refrigerator that kind of sticks out a little bit. Well, he's at the store and he's grinding on that. He's just owning it. He understands it's his hobby and he doesn't care what anyone thinks. And I think that's, at the end of the day, that's what a hobby is. You need to enjoy it for yourself and not so much worry about what other people think of it, because as long as you are happy. Oh, what the I move over so I don't have to be going the same speed of this truck, and then the truck moves over, so now I have to switch lanes again, but now I'm blocked by another. Oh, man, I know it's a rough life, but if he moves over again, I'm gonna lose my mind. All right, good. I think that's a big thing. Just go and own it. You do you. Don't care what anyone else thinks. And honestly, that's about all I have for today's podcast. Might be a little short based on where I'm in on my drive, but at the same time, I did have to pull over to get my gallon of water out of the. Ooh, that smells. Someone's car smells terribly. But yeah. I had to pull over to get that water out and sit at a red light. That would have forced a red light challenge, actually. I believe I was first one in there. We have yet to figure that one out. I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll leave you with one last note. If you like the podcast, I would highly recommend if you left a review. Be honest, I'm not going to say leave a 5-star review, because this is not a 5-star quality podcast. Let's be real. This is like a 4-star, maybe a 3-star. Oh, we're going to have to move over. But yeah, leave an honest review. I will look at all the reviews on iTunes. Even if you absolutely this dude's got a shitty mic and he talks about nothing good all day. He just rambles on, and I'm trying to think of what it's called, not perk, his selling point. There's a word for it, I just can't come across it, but his selling point is, he's driving in a car. That doesn't make it special. That makes you an idiot, because the acoustics and everything are bad. I will read those, and I'll take the criticism lightly, but I will take it, because that's how you better things. Take criticism. Damn, I'm motivational, man. I just keep coming up with these motivational quotes. Woo. All right. That is all for today. God bless.